Wu Bang, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. What's happening? What's happening? What's good? What up, Bamboo? This boy. Did I meet you in Oklahoma City, Bamboo? I thought I met you, baby. Yo, what the fuck happened with me with the live earlier, gang? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, like Zach said, me and my cousin showed up. Everybody started losing their fucking live streams and shit. I lost mine. Uh, so then I started, what up, G Cole? So then when I lost my live stream that I was doing, I just started straight recording on my phone. So that's why I still have some footage from Oklahoma City. I start fucking with the live stream shit. Yo, every time I go to Dubuque, Iowa, for some reason, they kill my live stream. Like it be like ended and then irretrievable, like mid live stream and shit. When I was in Dubuque, one of the last times they ended my live stream when I was in Dubuque. I don't be saying nothing no different when I be in Dubuque. But when I'm there, my live stream get ended. It's somebody there that see me there, they get on my channel or something, and then report my live or some shit like that when they see it. Which is weird because every time I go to Dubuque, Iowa, man, they my live stream. But I was there one time, one of the last times I let them cancel that shit on me, then I just stopped going there. But I'm gonna go back to Dubuque and I'm just gonna record some shit. But uh I think that boy might have been like 10, a 10-year-old boy with his like 2-year-old brother walked up to me while I was standing out doing an open carry demonstration in Dubuque, Iowa. This is like last year, last summer. And they just interacted with me, gave me the hug. Trying to talk to them about gun safety. That's the first thing I say to some kids is I say something about gun safety. You know what I'm saying? How dangerous it can be. How sad it is if you accidentally do some shit you weren't even trying to do, and now you done hurt somebody because basic gun rules, you're not sticking to. Like that's a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to paint that picture to him, and he respectfully interrupted me like, "Nah, I got a gun." He said he got an AR-15. It's a 22 caliber AR-15. The 8-year-old boy said he had. Say his dad takes him shooting. He know what's up. This whole time I'm standing out here, bulletproof vest, AR-15, Glock on me, bulletproof mask over my head. And these people that went into the gas station that I was next to and sent their kids down there to talk to the guy, the black guy with the AR-15 on the corner. Needless to say, they ended that live stream because that take a lot of trust and understanding from the parents. I never even saw the parents that day. The kids came down there and said that his mom said that they can come down there to talk to me. Crazy. All the trust, all the understanding. I never even seen the parents that day. I don't even know who the parents was. I looked around like, where your father at? Where your mother at? Oh, they in the gas station. This is on the live stream, yo. It blew my mind. Because I can understand people understanding me, the trust and all that. I be out there. You know what I'm saying? I get my sign and everything. And I be out there in Dubuque enough that they probably seen me before. But they just sent their 8-year-old son and their 2-year-old son to me. They was nowhere to be found. The trust you gotta have to send your kids towards a guy with a gun on the fucking corner is like, what the fuck? It blew my mind. Weird as fuck. Like my mind is still blown like, damn, somebody understand that much? They trust that much? Cause I'll be honest with you. I would have to know what this nigga was on before I sent my kids down there. They must have already, somehow they already met them parents at some point or something. There was something, but I never seen them that day. So I don't know, man, that's crazy. But they ended that live stream and that pissed me off, man. Because people should have seen that. They would have been like, what the fuck, man? CNN would never play that shit. They never even try to explain it. They'd call it a crapshoot, but it's like, this is me doing this for 4 years. I'm out here catching all of this good, tangible evidence to the contrary of what they be trying to make people believe about this fucking gun. I was explaining it to when I was on Zach, shout out to Zach, Gematria Effect News. Y'all check them out. Channels 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Gematria Effect Sports. Check them YouTube channels out. Gematria is some dope shit. Zach is a cool dude. I really feel like what he doing with that Gematria, man, it's something to the world that is so critical and so misunderstood that I don't know, man. Gematria is a beautiful thing. Y'all got to check that out if you don't understand what Gematria is. Go to Zach's channel. He will give you such a 10 years he's been doing this shit. He'll give you such a laid out, thorough explanation of where this shit comes from, how it applies to your life. Oh man, Gematria is fucking dope, man. I would be very disappointed in my life had I never even heard of Gematria. I would feel played because I'm the kind of person that I don't like being. What? Let's see. I just turned 18 and I live in Florida. And I'm interested in getting a fully automatic weapon. Any advice? Getting that fully automatic weapon at 18 is gonna be rough, bro. I don't even know if that's possible anywhere. 18 years old, nah. Florida, they cool with the gun rights, but they kind of bogus at the same time. Like different states be at different levels, the different understandings of how this shit is supposed to go. And what I be trying to preach to people, and I be trying to get people to thoroughly understand. Even the people that really rock with me, sometimes I gotta remind them again and be like, I see you doing it again. Don't do that. I am not a Second Amendment advocate. I think that is a fucking game. I think that's a secondary pivot in what the fuck it is that we supposed to be talking about when we need to get to square one, and that's why we can't win nothing about these fucking gun rights. It's a natural thing. It's got nothing to do with the Constitution. If they would have never written that shit, it would still already be true. And if they destroy it, it's already too fucking late. We are well within the understanding that it's something to fight for, that is critical to the idea of freedom and self-preservation, which is the first law of nature. That's where the dope shit is at. Nature, man. The shit that was already here before humanity developed to even create an illusion to lay over this shit. A game to be played. These are things that just so happen to build to this, but anything could have been anything, but the foundation of the nature is already there, solidified. Before humanity can lay any game of ritual, religious belief, nothing, man. It's already too late. Nature is already speaking the truth of what it is, and if I have a life that I value, I get to defend my life with whatever I can get my fucking hands on. Is that critical? We're talking about life or death. So when you think about that and these gun laws and all this other bullshit that be going on, you have to ask yourself, if you was in a fight for your life, at what fucking point would you say, I'm not willing to break this law? I would rather die than to break this law. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. No one does that. Arming yourself is what the fucking real fucking deal is in life. That's what it is. Either you're going to do it or you're not. But in regards to a fully automatic, bruh, yeah, that's a pipe dream, bro. You're not gonna do that. I'm pretty damn sure you're not gonna be able to do that. At 18 years old in Florida, nah. In Florida, they ain't let you like openly carry. If you're a concealed carry and you are printing where you can, your gun can be, is noticeable, even though you are attempting to cover it up, it becomes a problem to them. You can only open carry if you fishing or doing these other like recreational things. There's these weird fucking guidelines. That's why I love doing what it is that I'm doing, because I'm breaking down a whole bunch of walls in the illusion so that people just brush all the bullshit aside and see what the real truth is. The real fucking truth, truth does not exist. I'm gonna get to that in a second. The real fucking truth is that I can have on a bulletproof vest, an AR-15 with one in the chamber. This is all legal in Iowa. A Glock or any other sidearm on me with one in the chamber, multiple magazines, a bulletproof ballistic mask, standing on a corner in public in broad daylight with nothing else to do but talk this fucking shit that I'm talking about, the police and how corrupt that whole lane of it is. any government lane that's completely corrupt. And I get to say that I think that when I see this, it makes me feel like this, and I think I'm putting the pieces together. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. This is a freedom of speech here, which we don't need their permission to do. I can say what the fuck I want. How would it be the other way, that I don't really have the freedom to speak? Imagine what that even sounds like. To try to walk around and act like somebody cannot say what the fuck they want to say. Don't it feel unnatural? Don't it feel like you picking a fight if you tell me not to say anything? That's why I get out there and talk my shit. And while I'm doing that, I'm armed as fuck and still huggable. I got them. I'm fucking the whole narrative the fuck up, bro. I can beat all of this shit. Aggressive in the idea, defensive, all of that. The fuck that got to do with anybody being scared of me though? Who the fuck gonna be scared of me? Somebody who mean me harm, and everybody else can chill because I came for the hugs. I'm totally defusing. All of their shit is over, bruh. To me, it's over. They on some bullshit. Could I get maybe a Desert Eagle instead? Or a Glock on a budget? Yeah, you can, depending on how much you trying to spend. Truth does not exist. If you wanted a Glock, you can get a stock Glock Gen 5, brand new for $600. Desert Eagles be kind of high. You'll pay $700 or more for a Desert Eagle probably. And they got different calibers. They got the 50 cal joint. Those are upwards of damn near 1,000 or more. If you wanted a 9mm, they got a little baby Desert Eagle. It's like a 9mm. You might be able to get that for 8 or 9, something like that. Who doesn't love a basement? Well, I know, right? It's got character down here. All the if somehow technology can capture all of the light and sound that's been bouncing off these walls to recreate. Is that a time travel hypothesis I just came up with? I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird if like all the light and the sound was still captured, bouncing around here, or obtainable that you can see and hear shit? That'd be weird as fuck. Yeah, yo, I'm hoping to possibly move in the next like year or so. Finished basement is a fucking must. I need all of the space inside the house to be livable. This house is like 114, 115 years old. So, yeah, the basement looks like it. It's got some character, but I want a livable basement. My kids can't even come down here. It's like playing in the yard by themselves. They can't come down in the basement by themselves. Like they'll be in shit. There's spider web, cobwebs, and all type of shit going on. We got some leaks, some foundational leaks somewhere. This ain't no habitable basement. Finished basement is a must next house. I appreciate what you do. We need to be deprogrammed from the fear of guns. Nothing to be scared of there. Yeah, man, there's no more to fear in a gun than we do other shit that we let go right past us without recognizing the danger in what that is. And some, I mean, for example, like just law enforcement. What we dealing with here is a sensitive thing, right? When in the wrong hands, can really turn into some dangerous shit that just manifests nightmares for people. For example, in California last year, the mid like June, July last year, something like that. 47 cops in California were considered unfit to be law enforcement officers, removed from their duties and had to be disarmed. Give me that gun, sir. Give me that badge, sir. Because they failed a psychological test. That was weird as fuck. How long did they rock their shit before people even realized what was going on? If this is the state of mind that they were in while giving guns and badges. Now consider the illusion of law enforcement. How everybody says no matter what, even if they're in the wrong, you'll get your day in court. You have to let them win every encounter with you. That's what they want you to think. And then they show you the example by beating up a few motherfuckers to make everybody else go, oh yeah, you should just listen to it. That's why scary pussy ass motherfuckers, they be like in the video, in the comments of some of these videos, you should have just listened to the officer. A lot of times they don't even support the police like that because they don't really like them either. They don't like them driving behind them or none of that shit. What it is that they see the fear that's implied in watching somebody get done like that, and they tell themselves like they're trying to tell you that they would rather just comply than to get beat the fuck up for trying to stand up for some shit that you're not gonna win. That's what they all that shit is lies in fear. It's got nothing to do with them ideology, like appreciating the ideology behind law enforcement and saying yes, master. They don't want nobody to be their boss either. I think a lot of people feel exactly the way I do, but a lot of people ain't got the balls or enough weight of the bullshit on their plate for them to realize that not only do they have some of the same problems with society that I have, but that it is enough, it weighs enough to make you say, and I'm gonna fucking say something about it. And if somebody wanna fucking fight, we can fight about this shit. Ain't nobody playing no fucking games with y'all. We talking about the only life that I know that I'm gonna have because I'm in here right now. I kind of value this shit. I want nobody to fuck with me, bro. And jumping into a costume and going to do all your ceremonies of your initiation into your fucking fraternal order and doing your training, ain't none of that shit had nothing to do with me. Because if I'd put my standards on whether you're going to get that badge or not, you'd have to be a fucking god to walk around in that shit. You didn't meet none of my standards. Didn't ask me or nothing. I don't gotta acknowledge none of that shit. You talk about my life, I ain't gotta acknowledge none of that shit. All I gotta do is not hurt nobody or deprive them of their shit in any way. I can't break it and I can't take it. And if I ain't did none of those things, I don't know why I owe anybody not anything at all. Not the idea, none of that shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here. This is what's wrong with society. Because when I say this type of shit, I can't think of a fucking man alive that'll hear me say that and say that I got the game fucked up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Because the world don't work nothing like what I'm saying. Who can say that to me about any of the shit that I be talking about? Whoever the fuck that man is, I want to meet him. I'll buy him a fucking beer. You gonna talk me out of this? Pfft, good luck. I see way too much fucking foundation in what the fuck it is that I'm saying, man, that I don't know how anybody can get away from this, man. I think it's easy to see. And the situation is dire. There's no fucking time. Like what the fuck do motherfuckers be waiting for? Like what is y'all waiting for? People are scared of guns, but they walk right past the chemical aisles. Yeah. Yo, if you seen me somewhere and I had bloody knuckles and blood on my shoes, please believe I am representing a higher body count than anybody dying with a rifle in this fucking country. Hands and feet kill more people every year. Motherfuckers is bugging, bro. This is the kind of little shit that I think that if anybody with a brain and a heart that said that they need to understand what the fuck is going on, what they need to be aligning themselves with, and where the truth really is, that people can just come to the table with sincerely wanting that, and then just listening to all of the things that are trying to scream out to them that the gun hate and the fucking gov love is got to fucking stop, because this is what is killing us. If they can just come to terms with that shit, man, a lot of people go, man, this is easy. I don't want to listen to them anymore. The biggest fear you can possibly have and the biggest act of violence that you can possibly imagine, you would have to thank a few governments for making that even possible on planet Earth, because I never did that. I could have never done that to you, and any man that could feel like me would never join an organization, put forth all of the effort and the energy in this long fucking plan to try to dominate the world. You can do that if you feel like me. I'm the safer bet, period. I'm way safer than any fucking cop. If you seen me with my banger on me and then you seen a cop too, you'd have to look at me and go, Trey, you would have to throw your life away to hurt me. You have to act in defense. You have nothing to hide behind it. But you know that the cop could beat you out of fucking $200 off some fucking magic paper and a pen and a pad that he's got with him. he can get $200 or more from anybody that he sees without a fight. There's no way you're gonna fight him. You might talk your shit, you might try and fight him, but if you do fight him, even a little bit, he gets to super duper overdo your ass so he can maintain total control of the situation. And he'll blame you for the fact that you made him that fucking mad by resisting. And that's if you got the balls to say anything or even do anything about this man making up any fucking thing at all, legit or not, to get $200 out of you while he smiles at you. He'll walk away and tell you, have a nice day, after soliciting $200 out of you, whether you got it or not, whether your kids need it or not, none of it matters. It'll never be the reason why he won't write you the ticket. And if it is indirectly because this cop has a heart somewhere and he gets to use his discretion, that's fine, cool. But I actually just seen Zach's live stream not too long ago. Shout out to Zach once again. And anybody in here too that rock with Zach. Y'all know I rock with Zach. That's my guy, right? But he was saying something about how like he met some cop and the cop was cool. So like not all cops are bad. Some of them are really good people. You know, there's some good people inside these uniforms. And I agree, and still I disagree. I know what it is that he's trying to say. I met one before. I briefly had a heartfelt respect for a cop while he was in his fucking uniform. This is me, my heart inside, the man in here, the spirit, the soul in here. Honestly appreciated the presence of a police officer while I was doing the open carry demonstration, when I asked him if he would confiscate, if they called for confiscation, if they made it some way, somehow, into this fake ass fucking law book to say, if we can get it to the point where we can write it here, we can magically do some shit that we told you in the fucking Constitution we would never infringe on, we would never do. They're constantly doing that shit, right? I asked this cop while I'm on the corner when he was driving by, I said, they call for confiscation, are you going to do that? He went, he was like, hell no. He said no quick. And he meant that shit. He was like, His whole fucking facial expression, he went like that and waved to me and was like, hell no. And drove off. That was dope. At that moment, I didn't see his uniform in a positive way. I saw the man inside of there that says that I may be wrong in the tickets that I have written in the past month. If he know me, he'll know that I think that he's wrong for that. That doesn't mean that I won't appreciate the good shit. And that moment that he had with me driving past it, telling me that he would not go for confiscation, I respected him. That was one cop. Then when he drove off, I went, man, I hope your job don't kill you, bro. Please go home to your kids, bro. Please stop doing this shit, bro. That's what I was saying inside my head when he was driving off. Like, dude, there's a glimmer of hope in you, man. Why do you have this job, man? Refuse all of the bullshit the way you refusing that, and you will tell your fucking self that maybe you should not be doing this at all. Enough of it will make you go, man, fuck this fucking, I'm not doing this no more. I couldn't do it. You couldn't give me no power of no badge, no gun, no government job whatsoever that'll somehow make me forget or trample over top of people when I know better, to make me feel like I am somehow their boss or their master, when I know that I am not. I don't know how the fuck. As proud as I am of myself, as highly as I think of myself, and it's not cocky, it's what it is, that I feel relieved in some of the stuff that I think that I know, and how I'm trying to open my mind up to honestly say that I don't want life to fool me, and I know it's going to fool me. It's going to get over on me. Nobody beats this shit, right? Nobody beats it, not at all. You can't make it out alive. You're never going to understand it all. Something's going to fucking fool you to your fucking death that you're never going to shake. We're all hypnotized and brainwashed by something. I get all of that. But I do like who I am, and I wouldn't trade it for $10 million fucking dollars, $20 million. If somebody offered me $20 million for me to completely forget, I'm talking about lobotomy, Men in Black flash me, I don't remember ever feeling like this about the shit that I talk about, I wouldn't trade it for $20 million. No. Leave me as I am. Fuck that money, bruh. That's how I feel, right? And yet and still, as high as I feel about myself, I feel the same way about you. I'm not your boss. I don't give a fuck how I feel about myself. I cannot tell you what to do. I cannot make you do anything at all to benefit my fucking life, whether I gotta lie to you to do it or force you into it. I don't want nothing to do with none of that shit on nobody, bro. I don't know how anybody who cannot say that because of their occupation is somehow a good person. Nope, he's not. He's not. He's got a glimmer of a little something. But there's some deal breakers going on in who the fuck he is that he can put on that uniform with pride because he don't feel shame about his job either. Whoever this good cop is that Zach is talking about, he don't feel shame about being no cop. He did a little something good. There's a glimmer of hope in him. I dig that. He feel proud about his job, bro. He's gonna go do a whole bunch of fuck shit behind that shit that if I did it for the same reasons, I go to prison. I go to jail. They will call me something. I got my gun on me, they gonna call me something for doing the same shit to people that he doing for the same fucking reason. If you step inside of that, who you are as a person might not be bad, but you might be dumb. You might have a fucking hard time understanding the nature of fucking reality in the real fucking world. The real world is saying you ain't nobody's fucking boss, bro. You can't even do your kids, bro. You can't even do your kids like that. You can't dominate your kids with force and violence and coercion their entire fucking lives. You gotta watch them go off into the world even if it wrecks their shit. They can crash and burn. You can give you advice, you can give you help, you can coddle them, you can give them the tough love, you can do whatever, but what you cannot do is forcefully write down a whole bunch of rules and regulations that you're going to enforce with a gun and imprisonment and probations and citation. You can't even do that shit to your kids, and you gave them life. You gotta watch them die if that's what it's gonna be. You can't tell them shit, let them die about it. That's your child, right? Who the fuck can maintain control over you that you can't control, that you can't do over your child, not even to save their life? You gotta let them die for it. Man, get the fuck. The nature is screaming out to y'all to not let them do none of this shit. All of the good shit that they claim to do, law enforcement, government, all that good shit, that's the duties of the people, period. If you want to build a society, you're going to need some organization. It doesn't mean that if you create this organization, you get to abuse and dominate the rest of the people who ain't got nothing to do with the fucking game you playing for your benefit, what, to their detriment. That's not what that is. That's not what that's supposed to be. The greatest evil of the fucking world is to have this much influence and power and control over the world and then use it to dominate us instead of honestly freeing us. Imagine the people, all of these elitists, feeling like me, but they there. What you think the world would be like? Heaven? Yeah. Something like it. Maybe more like hell. Because hell's supposed to be bad, but it didn't say it couldn't be no good. It just said that that's what it's bad at. I'd rather be there. It sounds like freedom. Hell sounds like freedom. Because what's going to be your punishment for trying to be good in hell? Who won't punish you? What are you going to do? Send you to all the good? If you want to do that good shit, just go all the way good. Satan don't tell you that. Get the fuck out of here. All of this, all of the bullshit, all of the bullshit fucking games of what they try and get y'all to latch on to. I latch on to none of that shit, bro. Religion and none of that shit. All that shit sound foo-foo to me. We have tens of thousands of laws and you can't tell. There's many things need to be enforced. Yeah, tens of thousands of laws, and I be trying to paint the picture as vividly as possible without lying. Thanks for that that comment. Truth does not exist. I be trying to paint the picture for people as detailed as possible so they can see how fucked up shit really is that we're looking right at, and then apply it into their lives where they have been fucking thinking it's a cakewalk. It is a fucking picnic. It's a fucking day at fucking Disneyland, and I go, this is the shit that you're accepting. You don't realize this? Democracy is nothing cool. Why y'all celebrating that shit? That is mob rule. That's majority rule. And when I say it like that, and they know that that's what it is, when I say it in that way, I don't know how they can move forward and still be as proud of this democracy and the democratic process. How can you still be, as soon as you realize that that's what you've been saying, and you should realize that when I be pointed out to you, but when people point it out to you word for word, describing exactly what the fuck it is you're talking about, and you still go, man, hypnosis, man. Y'all is crazy. And it's wild too, man. And you can tell that it's a deep hypnosis because the shit that people will rock with makes me feel like they stupid, and sometimes I call motherfuckers stupid, but they're not stupid. They're severely traumatized and hypnotized by all of this energy behind the manipulation to keep us enslaved, fucked in the head, scared of every fucking thing, accepting of shit that we should not be accepting. It's just weird, man, to watch this shit, man. But y'all not stupid though, cause y'all smart as fuck about other stuff. And then when I describe the police and what's really going on to a man who might be of high intelligence, might have a nice profession to kind of reflect his level of intelligence, probably highly respected. You can find me any of these people. Find me anybody in any lane, any occupation that you can think of that even match that kind of energy what I'm describing. And I bet you I can make him look like a fool when I describe government, law enforcement, and all these other fucking things that he probably passively just accepts. And if I point it out to him, he's so fucking smart. I think that there's no logical way out of it. He should be a revolutionary by the time he finishes his second or third beer talking to me. You're not a revolutionary at the end of this? Then how smart are you? Everybody praised Elon Musk like he's this super duper genius, and he's a smart guy. I can never do a fraction of what the fuck it is that Elon does, but I think people measure intelligence by a whole bunch of different things, and the idea of intelligence is so it's such a complicated thing, man, that I ain't never really seen anything that you can say that this is how you measure. Because it is as intelligent and gifted as Elon is, if he understands it all, and he does very well, how far science has gone to expose what they believe, with some dope evidence too to a lot of the shit that they say of what the fabric of reality is even made of, all the way down to this idea that there's a ones and zeros fucking binary code at the very root of all of this shit that's vibrated to different frequencies to create what we believe is this reality and blah blah blah, all of that shit, right? He understands all that, but why is he not saying that inside of all of that code there is nothing there that separates us from them, and they are no better, no smarter, no nothing, because none of that even matters, because we are all lost in the ones and zeros, a part of one thing, and we're all just kind of playing this weird kind of, but he won't go there with that shit. He won't use that type of shit to say, so what is this government shit about, really? What is it really about? He won't relate none of that to the simulation theory or none of that shit. You can take all the intelligence that Elon Musk has and turn that into a revolutionary push towards some real, true freedom and human innovation to free humanity, bro. Why he ain't doing none of that? The fact that I can even say that, like, you can say he's trying, but what they got to do to get them fucking lithium batteries for that fucking car he's got, them vehicles? Stop fucking playing with me. You know what he got to do to get them? All the mining and shit they got to do, man. Kiss my see, this the Elon guy, right? Is this your king? This is your king. The fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, man. That's that silly, stupid shit. I don't even think you ain't gotta be that smart. I'm not smarter than Elon. I'm nowhere near Elon. Why am I cracking this shit though, huh? Why? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro. You can have the biggest, most expensive, most elaborate fucking long distance fucking sniper rifle you can possibly imagine. Heavy duty artillery, cool. Plenty of expertise behind the trigger, cool. Okay. If you fall asleep on your post and somebody sneaks up on you and slits your throat with a fucking kitchen steak knife, how good was your gun? The fuck out of here. Whatever Elon's doing, cool. If the potential to save humanity with your shit is not doing, if you're not doing exactly that, breaking the mold, to even be up there, you gotta rock with them. There's no way he's not a part of none of this. Yeah, he is, man. Come on, man. He was announced to be the richest man in the world on the real Nikola Tesla's birthday or some shit like that. And all that shit is scripted. There's gematria all over that shit to show and prove all of these different things that you can find that gematria just keeps fucking flipping and flipping and flipping. The numbers just keep on rolling, and it should not line up like that. You can plug yourself into any one of these characters or any one of these stories that be unfolding in entertainment and news. Plug yourself in it instead of Elon and see if your numbers line up to make it look like all the right shit. Nah, plug him in it and then it works. Why? Is ritualistically fucking marking these people's lives and their mark on fucking history so they can say, nigga, the world is ours. How is it not? We own all of the players and we write all of the scripts. We star and we direct and star. What up?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
We star and directing in all of this shit. You know, that's what they do. It's strange, man, and if you know this shit, you can see right through it. And what bugs me the most is that whether it be gematria, or simply like the gematria is like the icing on the cake, because way before anybody can say a word to you about gematria, what you're gonna see is the stumbling of these planned events right in front of you where you can't make sense out of it right away. Way before anybody told me anything about the school over there on the East Coast that had the kids get, when all of that happened, and then the Adam guy, the last name starts with the L or some shit like that, when he supposedly did a little, so yeah, when he did all that, man, before they even came out strong with any contradicting stories as to what that was, motherfucking the one guy, ooh, Robbie, remember Robbie? Hold on, let me tell you what Robbie did. I'm gonna show you. So he's like standing in the back and shit, right? Chilling, doing whatever, waiting for his time to go on. It's almost his time to shine. I'm a film writer. I graduated with a film degree. I graduated college with a film degree. So I think I understand the processes of an actor, the importance of the money shot when you're talking about a tragic event and doing a news press conference, you know, after some shit like this that didn't happen, right? Traumatic situation, right? Like, I'm nervous and shaky just thinking about it, because I'm just like, man, this is crazy, right? I can't even tell you a story without being like kind of nervous and shaky about the whole idea that this would even happen in the school where some kids is at, right? I can't even tell you without being, oh, it bugs me, right? It's kind of weird. Psst, not to Robbie. Robbie in the back, chilling, talking, and it's almost his time to go, and he does what actors do. Takes a deep breath, in through his nose, out through his mouth, focus. He kind of laughs a little, walks forward, totally breaks the laugh for a second deep inhale, and then an exhale, and then he pretends to be sad about a child that I don't think that there's a disconnection in what the fuck is going on here. Totally disingenuous. If I was writing, if this was a film I was directing, I would have yelled cut. He looked totally fucking fake. You can't even pass in a B-rated movie with that bullshit acting, you dummy. This is the kind of shit you don't even need the gematria for. Right away, y'all should have been like, you motherfucker, because these are children. Don't you know I will be unavailable for a fucking statement to the news? You think you're gonna be able to talk to me? You think I'm gonna stand in front of the camera and cry? No. And there would be none of that. There'd be none of that. The last live you seen would be the last time you seen me. Like that, right? Robbie's laughing. Robbie's laughing. And then tries to get into character like an actor. Ridiculousness. And then you know what's so funny? There's a class picture of some of the kids. One of the little boys looks just like another young man 10 years later that was involved in a self-defense, legal use of a firearm type situation where he beat a very nationalized, a global case, all around the world, people watch this case. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? But why does he look like the little boy from the class picture? And all these kids were supposedly... What? What? Man, fuck out of here. RPM Trade Vietnam had to do this live stream to make up for the fact that my sound was fucked up in the one that I did earlier. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna let that shit happen again. I'm glad the sound is working. I'm gonna start mic checking this shit from now on. Ooh, that Canik TP9. I put this extendo on here, this red extendo on here. There's a +9 on the magazine. Already got 15, right? Put the red extension on there. Added 9 rounds to that bitch. That's 24. And all my red magazines that I do like this, I put red tracer bullets in it so that I know this is the one with the tracer bullets. If y'all don't know what tracer bullets is, I'll bring that up to y'all when I do some more of these gun videos like I need to do. Until then, woo bang, get a fucking gun. 2 guns is 1 gun. 1 gun is none. As a matter of fact, I think you should do the triple play. Do the pistol, the shotgun, the rifle, just like the fucking police. Them motherfuckers. Yo, this nigga's surfing. Better get you a gun. He's surfing.